God, that thing looks good already. Max, you outdid yourself, man.
This thing's looking tough.
Only thing we need now is a front bumper.
Yep, I know. We should come this way from the factory.
Yeah.
You know, I had my 6.3 on my van for about a year and a half before I decided to put rallies on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I put them when they first came out and I was blown away. You know, Van Compass wasn't kidding when they said it is a game changer and a night and day difference. It makes a huge difference. The stability, you know, hitting potholes, everything. Yeah. I mean, it drives way, way better. I mean, you know, you drove a Sprinter for a long time and, you know, you got upgraded suspension on your Revel.
Yeah.
It just makes a huge difference.
I cannot keep my eyes off this. It looks so good.
It does, yeah.
Just sitting here, standing, I mean, I can't even wait to try this thing, but it looks so sexy.
It does.
Just right there.
We have the OptiRate replacement springs from Van Compass. You know, we have a true 2 inches of height gain in the front and probably about 3 inches in the back. Now the OptiRate springs are going to perform a lot better. I mean, with a heavy box like this, you know, 50 gallons of water, I mean, there's a lot going on in this thing. It's going to handle way better. We have the same Falcon 3.3s. Now on the 3500s, they are flipped upside down. So the easiest way to adjust these is I kind of just lay down and look right up at them and I can adjust them. But the same.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Now, well, if I adjust those, will I need to adjust these at the same time, or is there some correlation with that?
You know, you want to keep like side to side, like the same, but depending on your use case. So for instance, like a lot of times I'll keep a motorcycle on the back of mine on a hitch carrier and I'll stiffen up just the rear shocks. So you can play with like front to back.
Based on your,
yeah, so like you might run 2 in the front, but you're fully loaded in the back and everything's loaded up and it's just real bouncy, like, and you might stiffen up just the rear. So you can kind of play around with it that way. Also in the back, we have, you know, because we raised it up so high, we have the bump stop drop down brackets to kind of bring it down a little bit so the bump stops can still function. We have the brake line extensions in the back as well. We have the sway bar extensions and we have the shock relocation brackets that basically relocate the shock in a proper area. You can tell right here, all the paint marks right here.
I see them.
All
How much different would my riding experience be without the rally struts?
So it's still going to be a big improvement. You know, the Falcon 3.3s do a good job of trying to help the factory, but the problem is it's still just trying to help it. It doesn't really do a whole lot. You know, it's going to stiffen it up quite a bit. With the rally strut in particular, it's a night and day difference because it's the actual unit that's going to dampen the whole ride and those struts move around. Replace the factory 24-gallon all-wheel drive fuel tank with the 45-gallon S&B tank.
It's great.
Awesome tank. I love it. It's one of my first modifications in my van. A couple things to note about this tank. So it uses your factory level sensor and your factory float valve and all that. So your gauge will be accurate. You know, if you have a half a tank, you have, you know, 22 gallons or so. The only thing that won't be accurate is your distance. So the vehicle doesn't know the capacity of the tank. So when you fill this thing up and it's like you have 350 miles until empty, it's just not true.
So on my Revel, my gas gauge is not really that great.
Yeah.
You're saying it is correct now.
It's much better on the all-wheel drive than it is on the 4x4s. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. You know, it's much better. You know, I would still kind of take it with a grain of salt. But it's going to be pretty accurate.
I don't want to find out the hard way though.
No. And the nice thing about this is, like, you know, when your E-light turns on, you still have like 6 or 7 gallons in there. Because it's such a long tank. You know, that float valve, when it gets to the bottom, you still have a good bit of fuel in there. It just doesn't know.
I got it.
So yeah, the fuel tanks are awesome. Big fan of them. It just, you know, sucks to fill it up.
I love it. In my Revel, I mean, it's been huge. Driving cross country with a
I'm a big fan of it. You know, I'm always driving up to Maine, and you know, I'm a firm believer, like, if you're filling up right, like, that tank will pay for itself in a couple of years. Like, I can fill up, I can get through New Jersey, New York, I can get out all the expensive diesel states. The second battery, you know, on this right now, you know, we just did the battery, so we can also in the future offer the phase 2, which, you know, adds a second breaker. We kind of
so there'll be 2 of these.
Correct, and we changed, the panels. We have nice
Yeah.
Freedom Vango panels, and it's going to charge a lot faster because we also reprogram the wake speed. Yeah, so the benefits are going to be faster charging. So you're going to be able to recharge these batteries because you have a huge capacity now. So you want to make sure you have, you can recharge them quickly.
Yeah.
But for right now, I mean, you doubled your capacity. So
that's all. I drive so much.
For everything,
I drive so much. It's not going to be a big deal. I'm just happy to have, because I can only run my AC for so long with the one battery.
Yep.
And I have already used up all that a couple nights in Florida camping out.
Yep.
So having this, I'm going to be able to run that AC
Yeah,
for
it's going to be great.
hours into the next morning. Then I crank up the engine, drive a couple of hours to the next destination, and I'm fully charged again.
And then just keep in mind, with 2 Lithionics batteries, make sure you have them both on your app, so that way, everything's split in half. So power coming in, power going out. You just got to do a little bit of math, but real simple. Eventually, with that phase 2, we add the Victron Smart Shunt, so you have one app. You can look at your percentage. The real benefit of the Smart Shunt is you can really start tracking your power consumption to figure out how much you need, what you're using. But on a van like this, I mean, with that much solar, with your generator, with 2 batteries, like, you're gonna be good for a while.
My biggest question and complaint, I guess, is before I had this one, it's still gonna be the same way now, but I cannot run my AC and my I think oven, my induction cook, my convection cooktop.
Yeah,
or my microwave or whatever. So at what point can I do that?
So you're going to be limited still because of the inverter. With a 2,000 watt inverter, with this AC drawing, 1,100 watts, you're real limited. For that, you'd really have to upgrade to the Victron 3,000 watt inverter.
That's what we'll be doing.
To be able to really start using an induction cooktop and using that. Now keep in mind, you still won't be able to use your microwave. Okay. There is a
so much power draw, huh?
Well, it's more of a safety precaution that's put in place.
With the AC going.
Correct. Yeah. But you will be able to use like induction cooktop. If you use like, a lot of people are using like the little air fryers. They work great.
How about coffee maker?
Coffee maker. Yep. You'll be able to do that.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just like have coffee in the morning while the AC is going. Yep. That's the main thing.
Yeah. With the Victron 3,000 watt inverter, you won't have any issues with that at all. And we can go crazy with these things. We've been doing a lot of full Victron setups where, we're replacing the inverter, the MPPT, adding a servo, a Touch 70, which is really nice because, if you go Starlink, which a lot of people do, then you can really monitor this thing from anywhere in the world. You won't be able to control stuff, but you'll be able to view what your power system's doing and see how much power you have. And especially if you have cameras, you can have internet. There's a lot you can do with the full Van Compass 6.3 kit. So included with the kit are these Falcon 3.3 adjustable shocks.
Okay.
These are designed to pull out like this so you can adjust them easily.
Yep.
You have 3 main valve settings, 1 through 3. 1 is going to be the softest setting for off-road, fire roads, really loosen everything up. 2 is going to be really everyday driving, and then 3 is going to be super, super stiff if you're towing, if the wind's pushing this thing around. You do have some fine-tooth adjustments. These only work in setting 2.
Okay.
It's nice because you can kind of play around with them depending on what kind of terrain you're driving on. Paired with the added rally struts make a huge difference. I run this exact setup on my van. I love it. I tend to play around with mine. I'll do like 2.6 on the Falcon 3.3 and I'll do 2.4 on the rally strut.
Okay.
Now, you never want the additional shock to be in a stiffer setting than the rally, okay? This is your main adjustment here. These do pivot around a little bit. They're kind of designed to pivot like this, but you can still easily get all 3 adjustments without any interference.
All right.
I recommend leaving it on 2.4 all the way around and driving the thing and seeing how you like it. It depends on what kind of terrain. Like if I'm going on a long drive and I know I'm gonna be on the highway for hours and hours, I'll typically stiffen mine up. So on the highway, if semis blow by me, it doesn't shake the van a lot. But the nice thing about this is you can really kind of configure it for your needs and what kind of terrain
The micro
you're on.
dial, is it hand?
Yep.
Okay,
It's a little stiff, but yeah. So you can move this around, but like I said, only on setting 2 is this one gonna work.
All right.
This tucks in like CA tuned basket that they just came out with, which is awesome. It works really great on this to keep that spare tire up and out of the way. Cool thing about the Rika spare is it works in the rear and it works in the front. Okay. So you can swap it either way. They kind of machine the face of the wheel for that. So it's really nice. So now, yes, you have super singles, but you have a spare that'll fit on either side.
So how do you deploy that? Can you kind of not take it off, but just kind of show me the
super simple. You got 2 knobs on either side, and you basically just loosen those up. The basket will come down. You know, it's not going to completely like fall on you, but you know, you got to hold one side up. You can drop it down. You can easily get it out from underneath there. With the lift on here, you have ample room to be able to get this thing out.
I got to know Grant this past year. Some of the adventure van shows, and we talked about the Ekko, and he was very passionate about his Ekko that he's got tricked out. So I started looking at it, started looking at the tires and the suspension, and really liked the inside of it and just what all it could do. But I kept going online on the Facebook group and on YouTube, and this name kept coming up, Freedom Vango, and I'm from Florida originally. I live in Tennessee now, but I come through here 3 or 4 times a year. So I thought this would be a great place to come and do some business. Leave my rig here and let professionals do what they do every day. And that was a huge component of what my decision process was to pick this vendor to do the work.